was a comment that was made on Facebook the other day about being a submissive woman. They were saying that a submissive woman controls her man, and I agree with that. I think until we begin to talk in honesty and transparency and stop pandering to both sides, especially to the sisters, because there is so much entitlement, and because men have been quiet for so long, and it's been the men that has been quiet were the type of men that y'all really need to be listening to. The men that doing the most talking ain't the ones, they don't have nothing to say anyway.
What's good? It's your boy Quay Price, man, holding it down for Kandid Konvos. Definitely check us out every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. People today, they lazy. Ain't nobody trying to put in no work. If stuff start getting a little rough in the relationship or in the marriage, ain't nobody trying to fix nothing. Like, I mean, that's how people's mindsets are today. Yeah, but that's how I know that folks don't truly understand what marriage was about, because they tap out way too easy. Yeah, you see people fight harder for a job, like they can't go get another one of them in 2 weeks. Yeah, she's talking about these guys coming to these foreign countries and sourcing out these foreign women because they possess these character traits. Yep, they're more cooperative when it comes to a man, or they're more cooperative when it comes to a marriage and a relationship. They're more, nurturing forward when it comes to a relationship. They're more I don't even want to use the word soft, but I'll use the word soft. They're softer when it comes to, these relationships and interactions with men and so forth. And like I said, we definitely got to be honest. We see a difference, right? We see a difference. And I think, Chloe and Tay made some good points earlier. A lot of this stuff is based around money over here in the West. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Kandid Konvos. I'm your host, Quay Price. We got Coco on deck. We got Vince on deck. We got Cole on deck. Say what's up to the people, y'all.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Good evening.
What's going on with everybody? How y'all doing in this? Well, I can't even say that for Cole. Cole she don't get snow no more.
No, but I see snowy mountains.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, yeah, I think we're getting a little flurries or something going on right now. Let me check in with Vince. Vince, you getting the snow your way, man? What you looking like?
Oh yeah, I'm in Farmington Hills, Michigan, so we cold, okay. Snow. Yeah.
Okay, so you getting what I'm getting in. All right,
yes,
cool.
Sir.
I hear that. Yeah, shout out to y'all for joining us tonight, man. If you haven't already, smash that like button. Likes are free. Smash that like button. Don't be stingy with the likes, man. I don't know why folks be stingy with these likes, man. Hit the like button. Yeah, that's how we get seen, man. Hit the like button for us. Hit the like button for us. All right, cool. Let me drop this link and we'll get on into our process. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? All right, it is right there. All right, cool. Here's a link to join us on the panel. You can drop this in your Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge. If you're coming through your Apple device, come on through your old whack Apple device. You know, join us up on the panel. You know, we team Droid over here, but join us up on the panel. You know what I'm saying? You do got to cut your camera on at least to validate who you are. Let's say we got trolls now, so we got to know who you are. But yeah, drop the link, man, and join us up on the panel. Don't be scared. Get in on this conversation. Also, we have this link in the chat feeds as well. So you can catch it at the Kandid Konvos page on YouTube or Facebook, where we are currently streaming live. All right, so I'll lead us up here a little bit as we get into this conversation. Let me see who's checking in. Let's see. We got Donovan in the building. He said, "What up, though? Happy Chilly Wednesday." Yeah, man, it's a cold one, bro. Appreciate you checking in with us. He also said, "Rose is slick tonight. Stay home." Yeah, no, we posted, man.
He said, "Stay home. Watch Kandid Konvos."
Right, that's what he said. Shout out to Donovan for that plug right there. But yeah, if you ain't got to be out, don't be out. I don't even know if it's doing. I don't even know if it's doing all that, or cats just don't know how to drive. One of the two. Yeah, I think it was flurries or something. So I don't know. It's just cold. I know that much. All right, shout out to you for hopping on with us tonight, man. Appreciate you, man.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
So we got Civil. How you doing, man? You all right?
Not too shabby. Hope you guys all had a wonderful holiday week and getting ready for the next holiday coming up.
You got that right, man. You got that right. They get the money. They get the money back to back. You know how it works.
For sure.
No, shout out to that, man. Appreciate that, man. All right, cool. We're going to go and get right to it. We ain't going to hold it up tonight because I said we ain't going to be on here all night, but y'all send me some triggering stuff this time around. So here we are. All right, so let me go ahead and drop this title. We get on into a topic for the night. Topic for tonight, man, black marriage is overrated. You run that back, man. Topic for the night, black marriage is overrated. I don't know who y'all be talking to, man, with these topics, man. Black marriage is overrated. Okay. Let me go on right this. We're gonna get on into this, man. We got a couple videos back here, so we're gonna get right on to it.
Now that you're back on Real Housewives of Atlanta, do you want to get married again?
Oh, absolutely not.
Will you? No?
No. Why would I do that?
So as somebody who's never been married, is marriage overrated?
Yeah, it is.
Really?
Well, this is what I'll say about marriage. It worked for our parents because women didn't have the same roles. And unfortunately, women have been allowed to have the CEO jobs, be top executives, but a lot of men have not reimagined their roles in the house. So if I'm making 7 figures, I can't obviously always come home and be the traditional wife, cooking, cleaning.
Clean.
Yeah, and I mean, so I think back in the day it worked for women because women weren't always allowed to buy properties. Women weren't allowed to have the best jobs. Women weren't allowed to have the best education. And now since they have allowed women to move in realms that we never imagined, well, the things that we require of a man they've changed. So, there you have it.
What do you require of a man?
Well, the things that they do, that we can't do for ourselves.
But when you can do everything for yourself.
Well, you can't.
Is that why y'all all in Atlanta dating Africans? Because all of them got the oil money. All of them.
You know what? And I think there's
nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong. But what I think is this goes into politics and race relations. I think the United States has intentionally elevated black women to here to emasculate the black man. And when he gets into a relationship with a woman who's here and he's there, he doesn't feel needed. He doesn't feel wanted. And that causes the friction. And that basically tears down the black family. Or better yet, when you get the man, the athlete, the person that's here, you have made women that don't look like us their idol versus women who they obviously were that bore them, you know? So, I mean, I think that's the miseducation of Black people. And that's something culturally we have to teach our kids. Like, you know, nothing's wrong with marrying Black women. Nothing's wrong with marrying a woman who will say no. You know, you just can't always get all this money and get this trophy white woman wife.
But now that you have all the success and all the money, like the cooking and cleaning, you got housekeepers, I'm sure.
I do.
Okay, and you don't have to cook every night.
I don't.
So what? So do you, does a man still want you, his woman, to be cooking for him? Is it more of a symbolic thing that my wife is?
I think the problem is
I just want to eat.
Yeah, I know that's right. I want you to eat too. But okay. Get back to this. I think what happens is men become intimidated by women because, oh, she's successful, so she won't be a traditional woman. Oh, she's successful, so she won't do this. And in my marriage, as well as in any relationship, I let a man be a man. Because I think you asked me like about Happy Father's Day. I was like, don't tell me that, because the role of a father that's a man's role. I can never be a father. I would never even want anyone to make that assumption that I assume that I'm a father because I'm a single mom. You know, I'm a soft lady. So even though I make a lot of money, I live I'm a woman, but I'm a lady at home, you know?
So, but you would you date a man with ambition but don't have a lot of money?
No.
No.
Mm-mm. No, I wouldn't. Mm-mm.
Okay, video number 1. So we talking Black marriage is overrated. Man, let me check these comments real fast. Let's see. Shout out to Big Rax in the building. He said very hard and very overrated. F that, bruh. Okay, I appreciate that comment, Big Rax. Let's see. Kenyatta said happy Wednesday. What's going on, Kenyatta? Appreciate you hopping on with us tonight, holding us down on the platform. See, Donald said, let's see, they say intimidate. It ain't intimidation, it's peace disturbance. Okay, appreciate that comment right there. Okay, so y'all saw video number 1. Y'all heard Phaedra, give her position on it. She said that marriage is overrated. Thus the topic for tonight. So yeah, I'm coming to the panel, man, to check and see what y'all say. If you haven't already, everybody watching, hit that like button for us. Smash that like button for us if you haven't already. See, Kenyatta said, are men really intimidated by women? Let me go ahead and speak for the fellas. The answer is no. Now, I'm not sure why ladies keep saying that, but that's all good. To answer that question, Kenyatta, no. We not intimidated. So let me just go put that to bed. All right, cool. So I'm coming back to the panel, man. Coco, Civil, Cole, Vince, JR. What do y'all say to what Miss Phaedra had to say? Anybody come off? Go ahead, Coco.
I took notes because there were a couple points that I wanted to just really speak to. But I'm going to start off first by saying this is a woman who was previously married. And this is the problem that I sort of have with men and women who speak on marriage when they failed. Like, I really be careful listening to someone who speaks negatively of marriage if they failed at it. Because usually they're going to have a negative, view or POV of it because they failed. Now she can say that her parents were married and it worked for our parents. And it's like, so you saw the example of a married couple in your home, but you're saying you wouldn't do it. And this is why I'm not okay with the narrative that I see a lot of women push, that our parents, our grandparents, those women stayed in the marriage because they didn't have other options. I don't like that. I don't like that narrative. It's a complete misrepresentation. And I bet if she went back and asked her mother and asked her grandmother why they stayed in their marriage, they wouldn't say it was only because they couldn't get a 7-figure job. Like, that's crazy. But this is the narrative, right? So because your grandmother and your mother couldn't boss chick, that they had to stay in a marriage because they were desperate, and that was really the only way they could survive and live. Never mind the fact that women have been able to work for ever. It's just the types of jobs that women were able to do. Yeah, they were different. I'll give her that. They were different. But women have always worked in some way, shape, or form. So it's crazy now that she's making it seem like women were just in such a down, destitute, subservient position that, you know, they didn't have anything to do but to just rely on a man. I mean, that's all they could do to live, survive. That's what they reduce it. And you have that negative view because you failed. You failed at marriage. You picked wrong. That's your fault. And you failed. And now you want to make it seem like it worked for your mama and your grandmama because they weren't boss chicks. Like, I don't like that narrative. And then she said, she feels like their needs change as they go into these environments where they're now making, you know, more money and they're able to buy real estate and have businesses. Their needs change, right, towards the men. What they need from their men, those things change. And I just like to ask the question, why is it when a man start making money, his needs for a woman don't change? He still expects a woman to just do what women do. And a lot of times when a man is making that kind of money, he doesn't even expect that from you because he's just paying somebody to do it. So that's crazy that she would say that as a woman, when I earn more money, my needs for a man change. But men can make more money and be CEOs and 7-figure earners, and their needs for you don't change. They still want the same thing from a woman that they would want if they weren't making that kind of money. Why is that? So when she said men are intimidated by women, I went, wait a minute, but you just said that as a woman earns more, her needs and desires and wants for the type of man that she's with changes. Is that why it doesn't work? Is it intimidation? Or is it that you become insufferable when you start to make money? You become insufferable when you make a name for yourself. You become insufferable. It ain't got nothing to do with intimidation. You just told on yourself. Now that you're making a little quaint, you expect him to become Mr. Mom. That's what it is. That's what it is. It don't have nothing to do with intimidation. He don't care about your money. You can make all the money you want, and he would be content making whatever he make, doing whatever he do, as long as you left him alone. But the problem is, it's y'all attitudes. When it ain't nothing like a black woman with a coin. Ooh, nasty work. I'll land.
Okay, I appreciate that right there. Let me check in with the panel. Beatboxer, Civil, Cole, Vince, JR. If y'all want to say anything, come off mute. Go ahead, Civil.
I actually just kind of want to agree with a lot of what Coco was talking about. There were a couple points I did want to kind of expand on. The idea that once a woman does start to make enough money that they don't look for those same things in a man, it actually just gets bigger. It goes from being a man that can support them making 6 figures to now if they make 7 figures, the guy has to make 8. And then it becomes more and more and more. But they miss out on the fact that typically a man that is making that type of money has a certain type of mindset that isn't going to really want to come home and go blow for blow with his wife on a daily basis. So it just like these two people get further apart from each other. And then those men just go ahead and find women who don't necessarily make as much money. They may not have that chip on their shoulder for having to go out and compete in the world all day. And they can actually provide peace to a man who actually makes a significant income. And then women will tell those men that they're intimidated and that they don't want to handle that type of woman. But in reality, I have dogs. I handle dogs. I don't handle my partner. I don't handle another human being, because that just becomes work that I'm not looking for. And I'm not even necessarily going to put myself in any kind of category or sphere of anyone making 8 figures. But even if you're making over 100, there's just a specific mindset that comes with that typical type of person. That's an A-type personality, whether you're male or female. Another thing that she brought up was when she was talking about the higher level successful man, and this is the thing I have with a lot of people in Black culture, is we'll take a athlete or an entertainer, and that's who we prop up, versus our professional class of lawyers, doctors, dentists, people that actually will make that type of income over a lifetime versus a small, portion of their life, and actually had to go to school, had to get skill sets in order to obtain that type of level of income, versus it just being practiced on a field somewhere. And that's just one thing that I do hate, because then they say, well, why is this 6'6", man who's traveling consistently and on television, why is he cheating on me? You literally answered your own question with the question in itself. And then you get to the shaming, the intimidation, the idea that, a woman's needs may change, and then a man's doesn't necessarily change. A woman's needs may grow, and then a man will kind of keep it the same, because what they're looking for is something that's inherent to women. And what women are looking for is something that's inherent to men. However, when women put on that suit and they become that man that they want, they make it more difficult to find an actual man that they would actually want to be with. And that's kind of just my 2 cents on that.
Okay. No, I appreciate that right there. B-Box, Cole, Vince, JR, come off mute, say whatever you want. Go ahead, B-Box.
I'll be real quick. Phaedra's, that's all cap, what she was saying. Her husband was a pookie. He was like in jail. So she's talking about her, like, men need to be are intimidated. No, what happened was the men that you wanted didn't want you, and you could only get a pookie. That's what happened. And you try to make that work, and it didn't work. So, I say this all the time, water seeks its own level. Just because you're a lawyer and you're smart, right, and you might look good even though you got a crazy wig on your head, they don't matter. They don't matter. Like, men don't care about none of that. We care about your attitude, how decent you are with me. Are you going to be a good mother to my child? These are decent men. That's why her ex-husband's a bad dude. So all that, like, this is all cat. Like what she's saying is crazy. I don't care what she's talking about.
Okay, straight like that. Cole, Vince, JR, come on mute, say what you want to say. I think is that you, Vince? Oh, JR got you first, man. JR is on you, then we coming to Vince. Hold on, Vince. Go ahead, JR.
Yeah, I think for majority of the guys, I think they understand that men haven't necessarily changed, but women have changed, and men are adapting to women's changes, right? And like, it's fine to say, you know what, the man works, the woman works, right? Cool. So that means she can't be in the house and do majority of the housework. Fine. So it makes sense that both parties share that. It makes sense. But here's the reality. Men didn't ask you to go to work. That's just the reality. And then you now want to say, hey, go in the kitchen. I didn't change nothing. I didn't ask you to work. I know what I got to do. But you want to do something different. But of course, everybody's circumstance is different, right? If that's the case where you both got to go to work and, share the workload, cool. But the reason why I think a lot of men are more like, nah, I'm not going to, pay majority of the bills and still come home and do X, Y, Z. It's because, like, hold on. Nah, because you don't even want to do the job that you're supposed to do. But I'm supposed to do what you tell me to do. That don't make sense. On top of doing what I'm actually supposed to do.
Okay, that's real right there. Appreciate the comment. All right, go ahead, Vince. It's on you, man.
B-Box kind of stole my thunder because she married a scammer. That's what he went to prison for scamming. So she didn't even marry a basketball player or a football player. She married a scammer. So she even married a thing that she said that was top flight. And then also, I think these ladies have to tell themselves a narrative so they don't kill themselves. Cause how you gonna sleep at night knowing that, you know what, I am really not gonna get what I want. No matter how big my booty is, no matter how long my weave is, how much money I make, I will never get the man that I want. So I'm gonna blame it on him. I get it. Yeah, let me there. Yeah. They don't compare to me. They intimidated by me. No, just like your boy Kevin Samuel said, the man that they want don't want them. You waited too long and your price is too high. So they got to tell themselves that. And I wish people would stop talking about this whole cooking and cleaning thing. Ain't nobody even cooking and cleaning like that. Can we please stop? Can ladies please stop acting like they cooking every day? 3 meals a day. The house is spotless. Come on now. Let's just stop. Most people, 2 people have to work. Can we stop this with this whole I want a man to pay all the bills? It's not gonna happen for you. Most people have to work. Yo 50 and my 40 make 90. And just move on. You know what I'm saying? It's just all these narratives. And it's funny how black women will tout this. They so educated, they make more money, but they still at the bottom. The bottom. But white women, Asian women who make way more money, who got way more education, can still get a husband. Riddle me this. How that happen?
It's valid. That's valid right there. That's valid question, man. You gonna leave it like that? That's where you gonna leave it, man?
That's why I'm gonna leave it on that one.
There it is. Let me check in with Cole over there. Cole, you want to say anything? I know you want to say something right now.
Nope, I'm sitting this session out because I think I have a different opinion. And I just think that
share your different opinion.
I mean, oh goodness. In alignment to what Vince said, I don't think the community is desirable. It's just not. Like, I just think it's become a global narrative. So I don't even debate that anymore. Yeah.
So basically, you just saying we all whack. That's basically the problem. That's what you saying.
Pretty much. I mean, you can even, as much as you want to research it or try to figure it out. I mean, it's just we're just not the preference. Like I think there's just a narrative that people have all collectively decided to stick with, and that's just what it is.
Okay. All right. No, I appreciate that. You ain't got to keep that quiet. You know what I'm saying? Go on, say what you want to say, Cole. All right, cool. Let me check back in with the panel beatbox. I saw you triggered over there, man. Was you about to come off mute, man? What was that?
No, that was on accident. I was just trying to hear it. My bad. That's on me.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. All right. Well, let me say this, man, because I didn't even want to be on here all night. You know what I'm saying? But this Phaedra, man. I mean, for me, I'm so tired of hearing from these folks who just they just don't have no type of results. Like, it's like they doing all the talking. And it's like, like you guys said, I mean, she married a whole scammer, like a whole guy caught up for fraud, like literally. Had some children with him. And it's like, now you want to advise people, because that's the key. You had some children with my man who was a whole scammer. But now you sitting on this, in this interview, and now you want to advise people who may be at a better point than you are in life, and they haven't made the bad decisions that you've made. Now you want to advise them on how they should move forward in their life. And these are the choices that you made as a grown woman, because she wasn't young when she got with Apollo and got married, and he was like, she wasn't young at all. And she was a whole lawyer at the time. So she's representing other people who were scammers and frauders and everything else. Like that was her whole job. And it's just like, it just don't make sense. And if I remember correctly, I feel like there was some pastors in her family, or maybe her father, mother, somebody was in the church heavy. And I'm just like, and you still went and got with a fraudster and had some kids with him. So yeah, it's like you may not be the right person to be having this conversation or giving out this information, but I'm gonna bypass the messenger for the points. So she goes on to make a couple points, and she says that men haven't reimagined their role. And I'm trying to figure out where the heck is that coming from, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, all of the videos that I see, a lot of them are women saying that they don't want men to reimagine their roles. Yeah, they want the man to stay traditional. They want him to be a leader. They want him to be a provider, pay all the bills, be a protector, make her feel safe, provide what they say, provide a safe space for her to be. So they want the men to stay traditional as possible, while they choose to do whatever the heck they want to do. So for her to sit up here talking about the men have not reimagined they role, it's just like, y'all don't want men to reimagine their role. Y'all want men to stay how men were. But on the flip side, y'all want to reimagine your role. Yeah, so that doesn't make sense. She also made a point about these ladies in Atlanta, you know, getting with these African guys with the oil money. Yep, and her and the host said, well, you know, I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. And it's like, it is a bad thing. Yep, and the reason it's a bad thing is if you taking a position that marriage is overrated and you ain't trying to get married and this and that, then why are you wasting these dudes' time? Like, why you got them out here dating you, spending money on you, buying you stuff, taking you places, and you already know that you don't even want to get married? Like, let's just keep it a buck. Yep, and then that same type of person, they'll be in that situation with that guy with this oil money, trying to withhold sex and all type of stuff, while you just sitting here financially using this dude. So it's like, if you literally saying that the process or marriage is overrated, then why you wasting people's time? Yeah, if that's how you feel, why you even out here dating dudes? Why don't you just be at the crib with your kids and call it a day? Yeah, but even in this situation, you still want to use somebody. You still want to take advantage of somebody. And this is why I said I feel like a lot of folks telling on themselves. Even with your 6 figures, you still want somebody else's money. My bad, not 6 figures. Even with her 7 figures, you still want somebody else's money. Yep, and that's the piece that I have not been able to wrap my hands around. All this money that a lot of these young ladies say that they making. I mean, you let these ladies tell it, all of them rich. So I'm like, why are you so worried about some man's money? Like, I just don't get it.
Can I say something on that point?
Go ahead.
Because that's why you're going to see a lot more of these ladies turn lesbian. Because
that's happening.
Because it's a different dynamic when it's a woman and a woman. There's not as much stress for a woman to take care of you. It's not as much stress. Like if you look at, I give you an example of BB Judy and the Brat. I don't know if y'all know who BB Judy is. BB Judy can buy a Brat a Bentley, buy a house, and Brat not broke, but she not making as much money. But there's no conversation about the Brat's using her. who's, it's just a different dynamic. It's just nature. Women want to be taken care of. It's just how it is. They don't want to spend their money on a man. They'll spend it on their kids, but a man, it's just something about it. I mean, to a big point. So she'll go out there and buy Brad a car and and there's even no issue. Even if you look at this Kandi and Todd situation, it's all about her money. He married up, but women do that all the time. Women are taught to marry up. But I thought we were equals. So why is it any different? Okay, Todd married up. Todd deserves some alimony. Todd deserves some child support. Todd should get them kids. You don't want to take care of them.
You know how that goes, man.
He using her for her money. It's not equal. And I wish it's not equal. It's never going to be equal. I tell my sons, don't believe it's not equal. It's never going to be equal. Don't believe that bullshit they trying to tell you. I want equality. No, you won't. You want it your way.
Right. Basically, that's all it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all it is. I want it my way. Let me keep going. Another point that she made in that video, she said that she is a lady at home. And I'm like, Phaedra, who you think you fooling? Like, why y'all like you just set up here? Because that's the thing. Like, I gotta say this. I need ladies to understand this. Ladies, let me give y'all a little gem. Yep, as a man, better yet, I got to frame it for the ladies. So ladies, as a woman, if you're having a conversation with a man and one of the first things that come out your mouth is how much money you make or how many businesses you got, you ain't no lady at the house. Yep, he already know you a man. Let's just call it what it is. So I need y'all to understand that when y'all get to talking about money and what y'all got and all this and all y'all possessions and properties, the dude is already putting you in man category. Yeah, he might run through you real quick, but he's not looking, you're not giving wifey. Let me just go ahead and keep it like that so y'all understand what I'm saying. So keep that in mind. Your dudes want to hear soft things, female things from a woman. Yeah, they don't want to talk properties with you. Y'all can talk that later. If you got a house, he got a house. Y'all can talk that later. But in the initial stages, when he first meeting you, he want to know something about you, your personality. You know what I'm saying? How you moving with your family? Do you got any kids? What type of mother are you? He don't care about your salary. He don't care about your assets. That's gonna come up later. So if that's what you lead with as a woman into a conversation with a man up in the beginning, then you pretty much wrap it up at that point. I'm just keeping it honest with you. But at the end of the day, I mean, the other issue in all of this is guys, they seeing things that they didn't used to see. Better yet, they're seeing things that they've always seen, but now they taking different actions once they see it. Yeah, and that's really what's happening. Unless it's some of this stuff that's being said, and the guys, once we hear it, we like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna pass on that one. You know what I'm saying? No, I'll let my bro have that one. I ain't about to entertain it. She a problem. So you sitting up here doing this interview, we already know that you ain't no soft lady at the house. We know you capping. We saw you on the show with Apollo, how you was clowning. No. That ain't working. So see that mouth game, it ain't working. One more thing that she said that I need to get some understanding around this. I hear this mess all the time. She said that she is the type of person that will let a man be a man. I need somebody to explain that to me, preferably a lady. What does that mean? So when y'all say that y'all gonna let a man be a man, what does that even mean? I'm just curious. Go ahead, Coco.
That means I need you to fix stuff. I need you to fix it. I need you to change the oil. I need you to keep the batteries in the fire detector. I need you to do what men do. That's all I need you for. I need you to just do what men do. Take care of the lawn, take my car for service. I need you to do what men do. And I'm going to let you do that. I ain't going to bother you.
Okay. So,
Just do
all
that.
right. So, I understand that. So you saying, okay, so I'm going to let this guy do these manly things. So then how would a woman interpret it if, as a man, I said, I'm going to let a woman be a woman?
She gonna interpret it however she want to, because she ain't caring about what you want, what you think a woman is.
Here we go.
She gonna interpret. She gonna be she gonna like, oh, I love that, because she gonna interpret it as she can be herself. She can be whoever she does, whatever she deems a woman is. I could be that.
Okay, so she may. Okay, so basically, what you telling me is the woman maintains a template for what a man being a man looks like, but then a man, we can't have a template for what a woman being a woman looks like.
No, because stay out of my business.
Wow.
Don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, come on.
This is wild. Man, let me come to beatboxing, man. Beatboxing, man. What we doing on this, man? I need to hear from you, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 100% on with Miss Coco there. Women want men to stay in the amber of the 50s, and they can kind of do whatever they want to do. And that's kind of, and Vince touched on that too as well. And the letting part really irks me. You're letting me be a man. You're letting me do that. My mom would say that to my dad to his face all the time. Oh, bruh. That pisses me off when I hear her say, I'm going to let you do it. Oh, yeah, you're going to let him do it? And my dad just like, oh, I don't know, man. Like, it's, I do blame men for this. I do. We're allowing women to roll like this. We really are. We have got to put their feet to the fire. As JR would say, hey, you want a voice? You got to pay to have a voice. I'm the same way. Hey, you got to pay to play. You want to be talking about, you want to do all this stuff, you want to work. Great. Well, you got to pay. And if you got a car that's messed up, you take it to the shop. You got it. You learn how to do certain things. Do you want me to re-envision the way I, as a man, do things? Okay, yeah, I cook, I can clean. Sure, I'll do some of that. But you got to do the other stuff too. So I blame men for this. Blame men. Y'all got to put women's feet to the fire. And if that means she'll leave you, then she'll leave you. It's over. It's great. There's other things to do. Other women to screw. Sex is free. It's so much better.
But when they said the same thing, y'all said, we can't make these women do, and we can't make these women do nothing, and these women don't listen to us. And I told y'all that if y'all started drawing a line in the sand, that women would have no choice but to either stay single and be alone, or they would have to pivot and adjust, and they have to fall back in some sort of a line. That's what I told y'all. I told y'all that. But y'all didn't want to hear from me, because you know why? Because I said y'all also had to keep your pee in your pants. And that's clearly where y'all draw the line. But that right there is what's really going to have the impact. But see, y'all don't want to, y'all not trying to hear me. Y'all not trying to hear me. I told y'all what would have the impact. You see all that yapping y'all doing it all over the internet. Y'all get on Donald John Quavius internet every day and every night. And y'all be yapping about these women. Yap, and what they don't do. And I'm not even saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. Hear me out. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just simply saying if y'all would put your pee in your pants and leave it in there, it would have a much stronger impact. But y'all not trying to hear me. Not
The
trying to-
pee goes. Burr, burr, burr.
You're not willing to do what you need to do to get things back in line. So it
But
is
Coke, I'm gonna say,
it is y'all fault. I'm with you. It is your fault, B-Boxer. That's why they out of
Not for
control.
the
Y'all
sex.
not doing
Damn.
what y'all could do. You're not doing all that you can. I'm trying to tell y'all what y'all can do. You're not doing all. You're not utilizing all of the resources that you have available to you, and that's why it is what it is.
Go ahead, Vince. Go on, get in, Vince. Go ahead.
I think like Big Boss say, it's over. I tell my sons, don't even try to make it work with somebody
Hey,
who's
man,
gonna
it's
follow
over.
your plan. You just find somebody who's gonna follow your plan. Cause you can't put your foot down to these women nowadays. You just need to just move your foot somewhere else and let them just go out there and do what they need to do, and keep having sex and having babies with pookies. I'm not going. I tell my sons that, well, if you can find one, you can find one that's our color. But if not, I want you to be content, be successful. I ain't gonna say be happy, because happy is a feeling. I want you to be successful in your marriage, and I don't want you having to pull you. I gotta make it. No, it's not gonna work for you. Find someone that's already on your program.
Okay. I
And
ain't
see,
mad
that's
at
what's
that.
wrong with some of these. Like, they keep talking about these athletes. These athletes find the women that's on their program. And if that means I'm gonna sit at the house and take care of these kids because he making a gazillion dollars, then that's what it is. And if she decide in 10 years that she wanted to divorce him and take all this money, a lot of them feel like, hey, you was here, you was taking care of the kids, you was doing things that I needed for you to do. So just like with Faye, you say these athletes, she can't fit no athlete's program. But well, first of all, the athlete's too young for her.
And then the other thing, man, I'm glad you said that. The other thing, man, that was crazy about what she said was, it's like after she said all the little, all the little boss chick stuff that she said, then she goes into essentially what's really happening, and the fact that, I'm saying, a lot of our women essentially have been pushed higher into higher positions, right? So now essentially they frown upon a man, which essentially is stopping us from having relationships now, because we're looking at each other. Essentially we got a situation where some of our ladies are looking at some of our men as less than, right? So now this dude, he ain't making enough, he ain't enough, and all this.
So, Mr. Price, can
Go
I,
ahead.
the stats don't even show that.
No, I understand.
I keep hearing that amongst our people, like, that's not even true. That's
So
not true.
So I think it's in smaller instances. Yeah, I think that's what's happening. So I think that there's instances of some ladies who may be making more money than some men, but we like to generalize it, and we try to paint it across the whole spectrum, and it's like that's not accurate, right? So when you go to the stats do not say that. But if you go to 15 people in Atlanta versus 15 women in Atlanta that got hair suites and hair boutiques, and they selling lashes, making 90 million a week, and compare that to 10 brothers from Detroit working over at GM, then of course it's gonna look like the fellas making way less, right? Because you pick these specific girls out of Atlanta. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's really what's happening. But the point I was making, and then I'll move us on, was the fact that she breaks down what is systemically happening and how stuff literally was set up to create this scenario to where now a lot of our ladies feel like they're better than they men and all this and all that. But then at the same time, even with knowing that, she's still participating in it.
That's what I was gonna say.
And I'm
Why
like,
would
that's
you
crazy.
get behind that? Why would you get behind that? Like, that's what I was gonna say. I'm sorry, but that was one of the points that I forgot to mention. She made that, and she made the point like it sounded so smart, right? And so aware. And I'm like, but you're not self-aware to understand that you are doing that. You're falling right into the trap. If you know that this is a systemic issue and that it's part of the societal agenda to divide men and women, then why are you allowing it to happen?
Right.
So basically you're telling me you work for them.
Basically.
because you're basically you're pushing the agenda. You're pushing it. You came on here to say the very thing that they want you to say. You said it. You set up on this man's platform, and he has a decent sized platform. You set on his platform and you basically propped up their agenda. Then came back and said, I think it's an agenda.
Right.
But you just propped it up. You just
Yeah, it's
championed.
crazy.
So it's crazy to me. Like sometimes I wonder, do people understand what they're saying? Like she contradicted herself a couple of times just in that little portion of the interview.
Yeah, it's wild. I'm just like, you literally participating in something that you just identified that you're aware is going on. It's like, so then why are you participating in it? Once again, as soon as my man asked you, what I'm saying, would you date this man who's making less, but he was, or this man was less ambitious, or however he said it, and she immediately, no, I wouldn't do that. And it's like, yeah, you literally participating in what you just revealed is going on. Like we don't know what's going on. Yeah, so it was the wildest thing, man. But JR, I'm gonna let you rock now. I'm gonna go ahead and move us to the next one. Go ahead, JR.
Yeah, I just want at a point and ask a question, right? I don't know, like if you're looking to, obviously correct me or educate me. What is it with? Maybe I don't know if it's just men in general, or if it's a black men thing, right? Where we don't value or see any value in women's accolades or black women's accolades. I don't know. Am I right that it's just a black man to a black woman thing, or is it just men in general?
I don't even, to be honest with you, JR, I don't think that's a thing at all, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never met a man personally. Let's say not, I'm just speaking to my anecdotal experience. I've never met a man personally who had an issue with a woman with accolades. Like I've never met a dude who had a problem with a woman or his woman having a high level. Let's just say she got a doctorate. Like I've never heard that. I've never heard a dude who say, saying he's just disgusted by women who own property. Like I've never heard that. Yeah, so I think I think it involves context, right? So the statement involves context. What people are talking about, or what men are talking about, is there is essentially an attitude or an aura that takes place with certain women when they achieve certain accolades. It almost becomes like a power struggle, like a competition between her and men. Yep, and then
Women
it comes out. Go ahead.
Got women in general or black women?
So, to be honest with you, when this particular piece, I think it can be women in general, because I've seen it.
Okay.
I've seen it in different races. It's not just a black woman thing. I've seen it from Caucasian women. You know what I'm saying? They go get them degrees and that money. They gonna hold that right over their man head. Like, so what you gonna do? What you doing now? Like I've seen that. So it's not just a black woman thing.
Okay, yeah. Now I just want to obviously just make sure, because I'm just sitting there, I'm thinking as men, or just why do we not applaud them or cherish it as the wishing us to, right? Because we're saying that we don't care about it. Is it maybe because they're going to achieve these accolades and they don't tend to invest that into the family overall? Like I think somebody mentioned that they invest it within themselves or the kids. So my question is it that men are bitter towards women because they don't want to share with them, or is it that I'm just struggling to just understand why there's that notion of we don't care? Because to me, I think, go on, Miss Gone.
Because it does not benefit us like it benefits the woman. Men make money to take care of things that they're responsible for. Women make money for them. You will never hear a woman say, I want to get married so I can take care of my husband and my family. You will never hear that. You will never hear a woman say, I want to be the sole provider, the breadwinner, the provider. It's not going to happen. Men feel pride in taking care of their women, taking care of their, children. Women do too. But that's what it is, because it does not matter. because she can make $1 million and he can make 30. She don't want to take care of him. We've seen it play out 1,000,000 times in some of these relationships with these high earning people. Kandi, and I hate to keep using them, Kandi and Todd. What's the difference? If Kandi was a man, if Todd was a woman, it would be normal. He was a director or something, and she's the boss. It's like that movie. I don't know if y'all seen that movie, Ruth and Boaz, the new one. It's perfectly fine for Boaz to be the owner of the wine company, and she out there picking grapes. And he married her, and it's the princess, and marry her prince, and go on in the shining moment. But if she owned the wine company and he was out there picking grapes, it don't look as good. Oh, he trying to use her for her money. Well, you got the money. Why can't you use it? Why can't you take care of your husband? Why can't he make a whole lot more less? Why can't you buy the house? Why can't you buy the cars? Why can't you pay alimony? Y'all want equal? That's equal to me. Well, if he take her money, he ain't a man. Oh. Oh.
I saw that.
A man should never ask a woman for money.
Yeah, never.
Never.
Exactly. That's why it don't matter.
Yeah.
Because it don't matter.
Also,
So,
JR,
so, go on.
oh my bad. The one thing too, I say this all the time: degrees in businesses don't get a dude's dick hard. So that too, it just don't matter. So
The PP goes.
So my question now basically is, what should the men of today do based on what the lady said, right? Where the man has to make more, etc., right? And we know, like Mr. Price mentioned, that that women are making more money than men, or women are making more money than men in general, whatever it is, right, today. But we need to, make more. But as men, we know that part is split amongst men, and not every guy is going to have the same. So what are guys supposed to do if that's the notion that ladies are coming with today? Because they're all making money, right? So should a guy want to go down that traditional route and still try and, try his best? Or should he just fall into the trap of the 50-50 today and things still don't work out?
I can only answer that this way, JR. The guy should basically find a very specific woman. Yeah, that's it. Because see, part of the problem is, to your question, and to what was said earlier by Coco and Beatboxer, a part of the issue is a lot of fellas have acclimated to a lot of this BS. Yeah, we letting a lot of stuff ride. We dealing with a lot of stuff. We over here, what old girl say, we over here reimagining our role. And it's like, that ain't the move. Yeah, we got to set the tone and we got to stand on it. And that's just it. And if she don't make the cut, she don't make the cut. Because see, at the end of the day, let me just keep it a buck. Somebody going to have to tap first. Let me just say it just like that. Somebody going to have to tap out first. And at the end of the day, who is it going to end up being? So that's how I look at it. Somebody got to tap out first. We can do all this internet talking we want to do. All of this, you know what I'm saying? This dude got to pay for this, buy me this, take me here, flew me out, and all this other nonsense. And if cats ain't doing none of that, then what's she doing at that point? Yep, and the same thing go for the fellas. You know what I'm saying? If you running into these chicks and they scallies and whatever else, you got to keep looking. Because she out there. You got to go look somewhere else. She out there. Yep, and especially if you making sure that you on point, because that's the key. You got to make sure you on point first. If that's typically when you're going to find it. But see, when you're not on point, then you're going to get that scally energy. Them the ones going to be sniffing up. They're going to be running up on you with the quickness. Trust me. So, yeah, if you make sure you on point as a man, like I said, a lot of this stuff slows up. And you got to stand on your business. Because at the end of the day, to the point that Vince made, A lot of this responsibility is going to fall on you as the man. Yeah, so when you scoop up this wife and you know what I'm saying, y'all create these kids, as soon as something get tight, the first thing they're going to do is say, Daddy, what we going to do? And the same with your wife. As soon as something get tight, the first thing she going to do is boo. I don't know what your nickname is, boo, baby, whatever. What we going to do? These people knocking at the door. So if that's the position, if that's how it's going to be as a man, when you walk into that, create that situation, if that's going to be the response, they're going to come look at you, then you need to make sure you get what you need to get. Yeah, it's just that simple. Yeah, so if I'm telling anybody not to settle, it's going to be the guys, because you're going to be responsible for everybody tied to you. So you need to make sure you definitely ain't settling for no nonsense, and that you get the right woman to work with what you're trying to do. And that's where I'm at on it. Ain't no bending on that. Well, let me keep going, man. We got more down here.
I fumbled two good men. I know that in my lifetime, in my journey. Both of them challenged me as a woman. They put a mirror in my face and said, "You need to fix that. Why would you do that? Why do you act like that? Why do you talk like that?" And I was like, "Oh no, oh no, I'm me. You can't." But the fact of the matter was, they was like, "Okay, you won't get it right. Deuces, I'm out." And there I was to sit in that. The first time it didn't click, but the second time it did. But there I was, now as 40-year-old woman trying to figure that out.
Okay, so that's video number 2. So this young lady is talking about she's fumbled 2 good men that she can remember in her past. So I got a question. Question to the panel, question to everybody in the comment section. Drop a comment. Is this, just listen to what this young lady said, is this the female version of being intimidated? So she said these 2 men challenged her, and it sounds like that's when she bailed out. That's when she fumbled them. Yeah, so I'm trying to understand what's happening. Why is it that when this man challenges the woman, then she's ready to tap out or she ready to run? Like, I'm trying to understand the mindset, especially if women are saying today that they want men that lead. So somebody help me understand that. What is this? What is this running away, or what is this fumbling once you get challenged by a man? I need to understand that. I need to pick on some ladies. I know Cole probably quiet over there. She probably quiet. I would put Cole on the spot, but she probably quiet. But ladies, I need to know something. I'm trying to understand the mentality. What is the problem with a man challenging you?
Women have fragile egos. Like, a woman's ego is more fragile than a man. So that's part of the reason why we don't take correction well. Like, that's another reason why we don't like rejection. You notice how women really struggle with rejection? A man can be saying the nicest thing ever, but if he's saying, "I don't want you," it's very hard for her to accept that. And he could be just saying, "Oh, you know what? I'm just, I'm not interested. You know what I'm saying? I'm not dating right now." He could try to put you off the nicest possible way he can. And if that woman still feels rejected, she's not turn to a monster. That that's ego. That's one thing that's usually at the root of that. And then another thing that's at the root of it is that women strive for control in relationships a lot of times. Like, we like to control things around us as much as possible. We want to control what our kids are doing. We want to control what our man is doing. We want to control what's happening in the job. We want to tell the boss what we is and what we ain't gonna do. Like, we want to do that, right? We want to be in control. So when a man comes along and tries to dictate something to us, even if it's for our own good, we're going to struggle with that, because we really don't want to be told what to do. And we really don't want the feedback if it's negative. Keep it.
Really?
I mean, and I'm not speaking for every woman. I'm only speaking for I'm speaking for women in general. Obviously, every woman does not fit that thought process or that profile. But you asked why women in general would have a problem, and I'm just telling you, women in general, we have very fragile egos, and we like to control everything around us. And when we can't do that, that's when you'll see that. Like, nope, we don't want to be told what to do. And we don't want your feedback. Shut up.
Wow.
And that's why you've got to be toxic and emotionally intelligent as a man.
Okay, I like how you slid that in there real quick, Jr. Civil, I thought I
Did you
saw
say
you come
top?
off, man.
You got to be what?
Toxic and emotionally intelligent as a man.
Now I agree with the emotional intelligence, but what's this? Can you expand on the toxic, please?
Hold the mirror up, like she said. But
Yeah,
you on your bull BS, me too, I'll be on BS. It's as simple as that. On top of that,
Me
you
petty.
want men to be emotionally intelligent. I'll call you on the BS as well. Let's go.
And that's why she gonna leave you.
And then you move on to the next. Hence why I'm single right now.
Women love a
man,
little
Civil.
toxicity, though. Like, if you
Because
can't tell
think
your
about
woman
it.
to shut up, like if you can't
I'll
tell her
say
to
this.
shut up, that's not a good sign.
I'll say this.
They like it
Listen,
every now and then.
here's how it goes, right? I've been out here for too long, Miss Coco. Yeah. If you're a good guy, they're gonna leave you. If you're a toxic guy, they're gonna leave you. So guess what? I might as well pick the side bitches and get me the most benefits. Be toxic too, just like you are. You ain't trying to listen. Why should I listen?
Mm. Okay, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it.
Mm,
Okay, yeah, no,
okay.
I was just trying to understand. I'm trying to get the mindset. Let's see, because I hear leader all the time. Yeah, I don't know a lady who ain't saying that. The older one's saying it, the younger one's saying it. Like everybody want a leader, and it's like as soon as this dude get to leading, you ready to run off. He challenging you. Now you over here messing, and I'm just like, what's really going on? What is y'all version of a leader? Like, what is?
Whatever
Wow.
she tell you it is.
See, here we go with that again. Here we go with that again. Whatever she tell me, it is. Huh.
I want you to
Okay.
lead how I tell you need to lead. That's all.
Wow.
Lead yourself to the mailbox, look in there, and get a bill and pay it. Lead.
Right.
That's what they want. Lead.
Yeah, this wild, man. This is
Lead paying
wild.
these bills. That's what they need to lead.
Yeah, it's bad out here, man. it's bad out here, man. Yeah, I mean, I
Take the
guess
lead.
Yeah.
Book the flight. Take me on a cruise. Take the
Yeah.
lead. Plan
Yeah.
the date. Take the lead.
Paying for my tuition.
You pay for the restaurant. Take the
There you
lead.
go. There it is.
You
Yeah.
a man. Do man things.
this is some garbage. This is some garbage right here. Oh man, this is some garbage right here. Let me get this comment, man. See, shout out to Kev69. Let's see, 6997. He said this is the reason why marriage is non-existent these days. Yeah, no, this stuff is definitely playing into it, Kev. Yeah, it's almost like a circus out here. It's like we ain't even serious no more. Just some of the stuff that's going on, and I'm like, I don't know if folks if they believe in this stuff for real, or they just reciting it because they hear it on social media all day, or if they really believe it, or they just feel like to be in with the in crew. I got the sisterhood. I just got to believe the nonsense too. Like, yeah, I don't know what this is, man. I don't know what this is, man.
I think it's a little bit of both, Quay. I think it's a little bit of both. I know we saying that marriage. I think it's not necessarily that marriage is overrated. I just think that marriage is not valued. It used to
Right.
be valued in our community. You had to, marriage was a foundational brick of your life. You wasn't having no kids unless you was married. And if you got one out of wedlock, you married her. You pregnant, you married, you take your responsibility as a man. But now it's just not valued. It's like take it or leave it. I really don't need no man to have no kids. I really don't, the men saying I really don't need no wife. Well, I don't know if they want kids, but they saying, well, I don't need no wife to have sex and do what I need for her to do. Well, I'm gonna take the responsibility of a wife, and I can get all the benefits, and I don't have to take the responsibility.
So to that point, Vince, that's where I have the issue then. So if that's the case, if that's the position that people are taking, then why are we not stopping the process? Yep, and what I mean by that is all the dating, all the getting numbers, all the spending money on flight and catching flights and taking chicks on trips and like, why are we not stopping the process? If we saying that, let's just call it what it is. If we saying we don't want to get married, right? So the end goal used to be getting married. That used to be the end goal. So you did all of this song and dance to, get you some sex and then get you a wife, get you a husband, right? But it's like, if we saying that we don't want that no more, then why is the process prior? Why is that not stopping? Yeah, why are the dudes who saying, forget these chicks, why they still, over here trying to date and be in relationships with the chicks? The females that's saying that the marriage is overrated, they don't need no man, this and that. So then why you still talking about why the men ain't hitting me up, why I ain't getting no hollers? It's like you shouldn't care at that point. Yeah, and if you're saying if you don't want the end goal anymore, that's just like if I said, you know what, I don't want a house. Then it's like I'm not going to keep contacting banks to try to get a mortgage. Like, I don't want a house. So I don't care about mortgages. But it's like we still want to act like we care about a mortgage, even though we don't want to buy the house. Yeah, we still want, the ladies still want men to take them on dates and take them on trips, but yet they don't want to marry the men. It's like, so why are you even dating them? Because essentially you wasting his time then, because he may be looking to get married. So that's what I'm trying to understand. Why is the process not stopping if we already saying we don't want the end and we don't want the end goal anymore? We over that. We don't need that. The ladies like, I got plenty of money. I don't need no man, this and that. So then why you still over here, why you over here trying to get hollered at? Why you still over here trying to get your number out? Like, for what?
Because I think people don't think about the end goal, Quay. They're living for today. They're not thinking about, okay, if I had this kid and the daddy not around, how they gonna grow up? They're gonna grow up with a deficiency. I don't know how people don't believe that. If the father's not around, the child is gonna grow up with a deficiency. They're gonna have some issues with their father not being there. It's played out in everything, but people still do it because they don't think. They just out here having sex. People don't think about the end game. They don't think about when they're 70 or 80 years old how this gonna turn out. They like that with everything. They like that in their relationships. They like that with their finances. It's like, well, I'm not going to even, I don't need no life insurance. I ain't going to die tomorrow. And die tomorrow. And then you got to have a GoFundMe for them. I think people are selfish. And I really think, I think we got to be honest about certain things about our culture now. Man, we live in, like I always say, we 3-4 generations of broken families now. People don't think it's possible.
Yeah.
People don't, I'm telling people, y'all still married? Y'all don't fight? Y'all ain't broke up? No, we not. No, we don't argue all the time. We not, we it's till death do us part. We serious about it. People don't think it's possible anymore, so they would rather just, play around, have babies, and just wing it.
Man. Oh man, we can't wing everything, no, Vince. We know that. We know how that go, man. Oh man, no, but you're right.
They don't
you're right.
I talk to so many people that don't have an example of a good marriage. They can't pick one. Their mom and daddy wasn't married. Now we see. I'm a little bit older, so, so we still had granny and granddaddy. We still had big mommy and big daddy. Everybody respected. Their word was gold. It wasn't. But see, now ain't nobody respected in the family. You know what I'm saying? And I have to look at, like, me and my cousin were talking about that. Like, we had our grandparents who were married for 50 something years.
Right.
They died. It was standing room only at both of their funerals. My grandmother didn't have to sell the house when granddaddy died. You know, so my thing is, I look at that and work my way back. And all the men that I've seen that wasn't married, they died kind of lonely and destitute in a little 1-bedroom apartment somewhere. I said I didn't want that for my life. But I've seen 50 years of marriage. I've seen building. I've seen loving Christian relationships. That don't mean it was perfect, but so many people have not seen that. It's all about where daddy had another family around the block.
Yeah.
And I don't want that. So as soon as it get hard, I'm gonna quit and get divorced and leave this one. And that's just the cycle.
Okay. No, it is, man. That sums it up, man. That sums it up. All right, I'm gonna keep moving, man, because I don't think anybody else had anything they want to put on there. I'm gonna keep moving. I'm trying to. I don't know this chick. I don't know. I feel like she about to say something crazy, man. Let me see. What is this?
I always say that women are using them. Using them for what? Bradley, you have $50 in your checking account for the next 2 weeks and the required $25 in your savings account so that they don't close it. Using you for what? I always say,
come on, man. Come on. Man, I get some wild stuff, man. I don't even know what to say. Let me put this on Sybil, man. Sybil, man, what? Is the ladies using the fellas? What's up, man?
Just let me say, tonight, Vince, this is your flu game, man. You have been cooking all night. Awesome points. Ain't no way in the world that woman should be able to say anything remotely like that. Ain't no man of substance looking for her to do something other than their taxes. That chick is not on a level to where she can act like and talk like she's super fine. That's like one of these little dudes talking like they can just beat up on you. It's like at a certain point, you got to know your lane. You need to stay in it and just be quiet. And the woman reacting to the video, was she wearing a tent? Like I couldn't even tell what I was looking at. It's all these mid 3s and 4s acting like they're 9s and 10s that just has this entire sexual economy out of whack. This is wild. I agree with Coco. We need to keep it in our pants and for real, not give these women the attention or maybe a little hard dick in conversation. Outside of that, that's about all they really need.
See, that's where y'all go wrong, man. See, that's where you go wrong. You can't get,
and that's why you got these 5s and there's 3s and 5s over here feeling themselves, thinking that they can make all these demands because y'all don't know how to keep the PP in the pants. I'm trying to tell y'all, you have to pull back. Abort. Okay? This is why I'm trying to tell you, you have to pull back. You just gotta stop. You gotta stop. See, because y'all are out here willing to give them the hard D, what's happening is, right, they think that means something, right? They think that gives them some type of value. The value is inflated. You know, they don't understand the sexual economy right now, right? It's a lot of inflation going on. And so y'all out here and y'all done drove the value up. You see, you guys have falsely drove the value of mid poo up. So mid-level poo, you drove the value up. Y'all drove that's now you dealing with sexual inflation now. Because you've driven the value of mid-level poo up. Now they want, you know what I'm saying? They want top dollar for it.
And that's where you gotta knock the price back down.
The price has always been free.
By keeping the pee in your pants. That's how you do it. You got a hard reset.
I mean, it's free. Like, what are we gonna do? It's free. What's lower than free?
It's not free. It's not free.
I'm not talking about.
No.
I know you about to go spiritual. I'm just talking about money.
No. I'm not talking about that. I wasn't even gonna go there. It's not free. That's why they keep getting on the internet every 5 seconds asking for y'all to pay a bill, get their nails done, buy their Maybelline. That's why it's not free. It's not free. See, it could have been free. You can get a few looks. Now you get a few peeks for free. You definitely can get a peek for free. It's scattered everywhere. But if you want to,
but you see, Miss Coco, but see, this is the thing, right?
You got to buy some Maybelline. You got to pay for a dinner. You got to take them skydiving. Something. You got to do something.
Miss Coco,
got to buy
this is the
that
thing about resetting that, that delusional level, right? You said something, and my response was, you've got to try and knock the price back down. That's me understanding my level that I might have to pay, because I know that ain't no 10 out of 10. Yes, I might get it for free here and there, but guess what? Most ladies are gonna say, what? You might have to pay. So my job is, let me knock the price back down. That's me understanding where I am. But why is it that we've got to wait for so long for women to reset their delusional levels?
Okay. I hear what you're saying. And women, we know, okay, so we understand the delusion of a woman, right? But delusion just is what it is. It's really it's hard to reset someone, their mindset, if they're living in Delulu land. Like, it's very hard to reset the mind of someone living in Delulu land, right? But I will say this, part of you guys feeding the delusion, and listen, I'm being a little funny, but at the same time, there's truth to what I'm saying, right? I'm joking, I'm teasing you guys a little bit, because I do not think that everything is the man's fault. That's not where I'm going with this. However, I do think that there are some mistakes that men have made from a female perspective. I'm looking at it and I see some mistakes that men have made that are causing some of these issues in a woman's mind. And one of them is, yes, I understand that some of these women are giving it to you for free, but a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of the ones that are so easily giving it away are the mid-levels. And what's happening is they give it away for free. It's a trap, because the more of y'all that's buying in at free 99, then once they see y'all buying in, they elevate their value. You are the one that's increasing their value. So if they're mid-level, but they perceive that you might be a little bit above their level and you entertain them, you just falsely inflated their value. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that.
Hear me out. So you took a 3, right? And typically, maybe you're the kind of man that really shouldn't even be playing in that space. You really shouldn't be playing in the 3 space. But it was free. It was easy. So you did it, right? Well, now that 3 is like, whew, I'm at least a 6. I must at least be a 6.
Right.
Can I just interject that a little? Because I know you're
Welcome to the Lululand.
You've been a little coy, but I will say this. I think when I say free, this is across the board with women. It's across the board. It really is. Right. So even if she's a 10, man, and a lot of 10, like, I don't even go, like, listen, women are giving it out to somebody for free. Somebody's getting it for free. Okay. So when women, no matter what, she's like, oh, this guy's higher than me in status, so he's going to, listen, he ain't going to pay nothing. Just like the average man ain't going to pay nothing, because the average man knows that guy got it for free, so I'm going to get it for free. If I can't get it for free, then I'm not going to talk to you. That's kind of, and I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, Ms. Coco, remember, I mentioned that a lot of women aren't worth anything other than a one-night stand. That's it. So we got a couple things happening all at the same time, and a lot of men are also. That's just who they are. That's where they're at. And again, as Jr. said, a lot of men actually understand. Hey, I ain't shit. I said it. My friend, he said I'm the king of the rats. He's cool with that. He's the king of the rats. That's who he is. You don't hear women saying, "Oh, I'm with this. This is who I am." They're all like, it's a delusional thing that a lot of women are doing nowadays. So I know you're saying what should be, and I agree with that. What should be. But what is that a lot of women just ain't worth it. So I'm gonna crack. I'll tell guys, hey, if you ain't worth it, she ain't worth it. Don't marry her. Just treat her how she should be treated. That's it. At least get a nut off.
But I'm not talking about how it should be. I'm actually speaking to how it is right now. I'm saying that if you're a 10, right? If you're a top tier man, let's just say you top tier. Okay, boom. Top tier men that are entertaining women that technically aren't even on their level. They really shouldn't even be playing in that space. This is what I'm talking about. What do you think you're doing for that woman's ego? This is what I'm saying. She just elevated her. You gave her the value. You just did it. You gave her the value. You just did it. This is all I'm saying. I'm explaining to you guys. You just you allow her to have the inflated ego. You allow her to have the inflated value. Now she about to she about to run right. Soon as you pull out, she about to run right to TikTok and be like, I'm not coming out unless he paying my bills, unless he gets my lash done, and he getting. You see this Maybelline costs. He's got my $60 foundation. If he ain't, because you just falsely elevated her value. So yeah, now she's gonna expect. Now you know what? She in 10 territory now, baby. She's in she upgraded. So now, she got pretty privilege, man.
I think Coco, you're missing kind of where Beatboxer's coming from, also where I'm coming from. When we say free, it's not a date, it's not a bag, it's not dinner. It's you up, I'm done, I'm out. That's it. That's what free is. The most you spend is gas and a little bit of time. Outside of that, free is free. But
y'all don't understand what I'm saying, do you? You don't get it.
I do agree with you. Like ultimately,
no, because you don't know what you're thinking about what sex doesn't mean to you. I'm explaining to you what sex means to her. You're thinking about what it doesn't mean to you, right? And I'm telling you what it means to her. Men and women don't speak the same language.
Agreed.
So I'm saying to you, you're looking at it like it ain't nothing. This ain't nothing. This is nothing. Literally nothing to me. And she's saying, I got him. If I can pull him, if I got him.
But ultimately, that means women lose then, because if they think they can continue to play in a pool that's above their station, by the time the reality does hit, now you got 40, 50-year-old women, multiple kids, out of shape, now asking for a man who is high value.
And is that not what you see? And is that not what you see happening? Is that not exactly what's happening?
Correct, but the dudes
that's what
that get it for free.
That's how we got here.
But the dudes that get it for free, both of them here are married. Both of them here are married.
Yeah,
dudes.
it's left. We got like this. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's like me and Sylvan not saying it's right.
But you're not married. But you're not married. The women that you made into monsters.
Exactly. Correct. Because that's what they deserve. My wife deserves to be married. She deserves marriage. The women deserve being married.
I'm not saying you're wrong about that part. I'm just simply saying, but do you understand how men are contributing? I'm not gonna put it all on y'all, but how you're contributing to the chaos.
For sure. 100% for sure.
Okay. So then at least you understand what I'm talking about.
Sure.
Okay.
I just think they deserve the chaos.
Yeah, even to Coco's point though, I mean, we see this all the time. I mean, we can look at Hollywood for that matter. Yeah, there's a lot of folks in Hollywood that shouldn't even be there. Like they shouldn't even be into the type of money that they into. Yeah, but all it takes is for one dude with some money to lay up with a chick, and then you notice it's like they just keep passing the same chick around. She be with Will one day, she be with Jamie the next, she be with Diddy the next. Like they just pass them around, and then by the time it's over, this lady making 7 figures, and now she a boss chick. Yeah, but now she got high expectations for the good man that she wants to come along and take her on after she done been around the corner a couple times and all of that. Hit your mute for me, Coco. You got a little noise or something coming through. But it's like now she done got there, but since she done made it, you know what I'm saying? Based off these wealthy dudes validating her, and now she a boss chick. Now she's, the celebrity rapper chick or the actress, she an actress now. It's just like, so we see this stuff all the time. So to Coco's point, all it takes is for a wealthy dude or a dude who's deemed a high level guy to validate a female. And she could be somebody we never heard of, i.e. Amber Rose. Like it just takes one wealthy dude to validate her. And now Amber Rose is a wealthy boss chick. Like, so that happens all the time. So no, Coco is exactly right. Like dudes who got their stuff together, when you come down and you validate certain females that you shouldn't be validating, is as simple as it may seem. You just thought it was a smash and grab. But for her, that was the stepping stone she needed to get in the game. And all she got to do was come in the office now and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I was with whoever the other day, and now I'm looking for a dude on my level. Like that's how I go. So yeah, we got to think about that. Yeah, the dudes definitely play a part in that. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. But I don't know. I got more down here. It's getting crazier as I go through this list down here. Let me keep going.
Complaining about the woman being too mouthy, maybe you need to, for any man who's complaining about the woman being too mouthy, maybe you need to rev up your masculine energy in that relationship. Ooh. Because the masculine brings out the feminine. Mm-hmm. But if there's no masculine, the woman's forced to then turn off the feminine and go into her masculine for survival.
Yes, I agree.
Oh, get out of here, man.
Oh my God!
I'm coming to the panel, man. What kind of nonsense, man? Hold on, I got. I'm sorry. Wait. Let me find that. My bad. I got to run that. That was some of the. Wait a minute. I can't even run it back. Can I run it back? There it go. Hold on. I got it, Coco. Hold on. Why ain't running for me? Maybe. Hold on. Maybe I can't run her back. I had to hear that mess for a second time. She sound crazy. She won't let me. Oh,
masculine brings out the feminine. Mm-hmm. But if there's no masculine, for any man who's complaining about the woman being too mouthy, maybe you need to rev up your masculine energy in that relationship. Ooh. Because the masculine brings out the feminine. Mm-hmm. But if there's no masculine, the woman's forced to then turn off the feminine and go into her masculine for survival.
Yes, I agree.
Man, Vince, you already know I'm looking at you, bro. Come on, Vince. You already know I'm looking at you, bro. Tell me what I just heard, man. Come on off mute, man. I got to hear from you, man.
You've heard a bunch of words, Salad. Heard a bunch of. My thing is, that's what he's supposed to do. I turn to you.
Right.
If you don't have masculinity, just leave him alone then. Why you gotta browbeat him? If he's not the masculine man that you need, then leave him alone. What's wrong with that? It's just so many things just to feed these women's ego and to tell them they okay. Girl, you okay. Girl, you right. The stuff turn up your masculine. So what? Yell at you? What? Turn up your masculinity and do what? If you mouth things, most of the time, if you're masculine, you don't even have to say nothing. You like, okay.
Right, that look. I agree with you on that, man. This is some of this stuff is getting crazy, man. And the two females, they just sitting here, ain't that your favorite girl, Sarah Fontenay?
I think she's engaged, isn't she? They say
No,
she's
she ain't.
engaged.
That's not our favorite girl. Don't put that on me.
No, she is engaged, man. But I'm like, ain't that your favorite girl sitting back there talking about, yeah, I agree. And I'm just like, what the?
She's the same one who said she wanted to date a guy making $70K, a man who makes more than the average man. She said nope.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why I say that's your favorite girl. She sit up on the couch. She put her little, uniform on, and she talk that little stuff. And I'm just like, ladies, are y'all? Some of these videos, man. I'm like, y'all just gonna gaslight these men like that, huh? Like, so now because you over here running off at the mouth and just on some disrespect, he just supposed to dial up on you. Like what? Yeah, I don't know. Coco, you want to say something? I saw you come off. You want to say something? You good?
I was just gonna say I don't know why all of these masculine women are having conversation about femininity.
Yeah.
It's always the masculine women wanting to have a conversation about femininity. It's like the masculine and the feminine is what it is, and it's really made to stand on its own. Never does a man say, well, I can't be masculine until she's feminine. And if she's not feminine, I can't be masculine. Like men don't go around saying that because either you're masculine or you're not. Like you're not going to be only masculine if she decides to be feminine. Like that's crazy. And she doesn't need to determine whether or not she's going to be feminine or not based off of your level of masculinity. What kind of mess is that? It doesn't make sense. But like Vince said, it's word salad. It sounds good because once again, I told y'all earlier that women have fragile egos. And this, like he said, feeds their ego, right? It makes them feel so much better about themselves. If they can say, yeah, see, girl, it's not you. You're not the problem. It's him. He's the problem. He's just not masculine enough. That's what it is. It's him. It's not you, girl. He's just too soft. Right?
Exactly.
And that's what's happening to me. Well, and then for her to say he needs to turn up his masculine, right? How did she say it? She said that the running of the mouth, right? So now you want to blame a man. Y'all blame a man for everything, child. All the things. Now you want to blame a man for the fact that you have a nasty attitude and you don't know how to stop talking too much. It's his fault. You talk too much, you have a bad attitude, and you're insufferable because he's not masculine. That's why. It's not you. It's because he's not masculine. I talk too much because he's not masculine.
Mm-hmm.
I told y'all, leave these women alone. I told y'all that. Leave them alone. Leave them to their masculinity. Let them do it on their own. We can. Let them do it.
Mm-hmm.
Let them do it. Just let them do it for real. You know what I'm saying? They can do it. They can do it. Let them do it. Let them do it. Like just I keep trying to tell y'all it's the key.
Okay. There it is. I don't know, the fellas, they was looking a little funny, and I don't know, Beatboxer was looking a little funny. Like, did you agree, Beatboxer? You ain't agree, man. What is it?
Yeah, no, it's she's super masculine, and she's the poster child as to because the last comment said, hey, we better not date outside our race is one of the reasons why black men are running for dating outside our race. because she's telling you basically I'm super masculine. It's not even masculinity. It's like a pseudo what masculinity kind of would look like, but it's this because men aren't. I don't see men generally having bad attitudes. Typically, I don't see that. I don't know about y'all, but I don't see men just mad all day, talking crap to other dudes, because we know we'll get cracked if we do something like that. I don't see that. It's like this weird thing going on there. And if as a man, especially a black man, if I'm with a woman like that and she's running her mouth, and usually it's not just running your mouth too. Usually you might get hit too, right? And we fight each other, I might go to jail, right? These women you'll hear women talking about systematic racism, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's weird that sometimes they're a part of that. You know, they're part of that system that they claim that we're oppressed by. So a woman like that, I'll tell any man, a black man especially, run for the hills, bruh. Run for the hills. And then obviously Sarah's saying, yeah, girl, you're right. Again, same thing. Don't deal with women like that. Even friends even agreeing with that, that's a problem. Masculine women or women who are evil, because I think I don't know, man. Women like that, I'm kind of triggered because my mom's that way. I mentioned it before. My mom's like that. My mom would say, she told me and my brother one time, she said, if I could cut your dad's balls off, like proverbially, if anytime I can. She more or less told us that. And I looked at my brother, me and him just looked at each other. We were like teens at the time. Like, why is she talking to us? Like, one, that's inappropriate to us. I'm like, why is she talking to us about that? But more, she was saying, like, I can cut your dad down. He ain't gonna do nothing about it. And that we would see that. So, hey, men and black men particularly, run. You hear some stuff like that, run. Don't stay, run. And as Coco said, don't have sex with him too. I agree with that. That particular woman, do not have sex with her.
Oh, come on.
Okay, well I see y'all trying to come over to the other side now with this. So I'm proud of y'all, man. I'm proud of y'all. But I don't even know if I got any more in me, man.
Keep it coming. You got one more.
One more.
I just don't know. I don't know if any of these folks gonna get me flagged up. You know, this y'all favorite girl right here. Let me see what she talking about. This y'all favorite girl.
The more we hold off on what y'all usually want, that thing, the more y'all do anyways. The more y'all give and the more y'all do. The only men who won't do more are the men who only want that. So if you want to vet them out anyway, sis, vet them out and watch them show up. A man should penetrate your heart and your mind before he ever penetrates your body. Then you will really experience the true essence of an orgasm anyways. I've had men say to me, if I can't marry you, I don't even want to touch your body. Now that's a man who isn't a sucker. That's a man who is of age, a mature age, who is ready to have a wife. And he is no longer so superficial in his thinking that the best thing about a woman is her sex. He's finding value not only different in women, but watch this, in himself. Because I only get to experience the parts of you that you've already given you. And so a man who only sees value in a woman being just sex is a man who doesn't see value in himself. It is just, we are just mirrors to each other. I see value in myself. That's why casually you cannot make love to my body. Because I don't see value in casual sex. I don't see value in an orgasm without being connected to you, without being committed to you, without having access to your home or to who you are or what you do. I don't see value in that. An orgasm doesn't do it for me, but your heart does, your commitment does, your time does, right? Your thoughtfulness.
Yes.
That's what I want. Then you can take me to Bora Bora. Then we could be tearing Bora Bora up and you could be tearing me up in Bora Bora. But until then,
it ain't happening.
You're going to access me, love me, you're going to pursue me, you're going to court me, and I will do the same with you. And then by the time we do what we're doing, it will be fireworks. People are having horrible sex too because all they doing is casually. And they're calling freaky good sex.
Yeah.
And this is why nobody, but how come sexual relationships aren't even lasting? If it's so good, why y'all not the same person for years at a time?
I'm confused because it ain't good. It's freaky. It's something you can get anywhere you go. That's what makes it casual. When you plug into a man or a woman and y'all are having real sensual sex that is nasty, not just freaky, you can't get that anywhere.
Man, let me cut your girl right there, man. I'm tired, man. I don't even know what to say to these folks no more, man. I'm tired, man. JR, go ahead, man. Vince, either one of y'all. I see y'all off mute. Either one.
She's already been exposed, so I think she just said whatever on somebody's podcast to make it sound good. She talk about relationship, and she even said she had a casual relationship on Paul Pierce's podcast. She said she just had a dude that was just smash and grab for 5 years.
Yeah, it was a
So
long
what
time.
she talking about a commitment and about? I think
But
she just want $1. She just trying to,
But she was also talking about basically leveraging the box, though. See, that was the beginning of her statement. So she's saying the more you withhold the box as a woman, the more you get out of a man.
That's wrong.
That's
at her
what
age.
she's saying.
At her age, she need to be giving it away. First date. Like,
You see what I'm saying?
Hold out no box for no 40-something-year-old woman.
But you see what I'm saying? They still believe.
You crazy.
This is what's funny. So women are still looking at basically looking at their sex as leverage. And even in this day and age where, like you guys have pointed out, some women are just giving it away. And they're not asking for much in return in order to do so. But yet she is saying, I'm telling women that they need to withhold it, right? They need to withhold it. And once again, they're withholding it as a manipulation tactic, right? Like, I don't disagree that women should withhold, but it shouldn't be because you're trying to manipulate him to do whatever it is you think he should be doing to get more out of him. You should be withholding it because you actually want to get to know this man and you want him to know you, and you actually want to see if there's a real connection there. That's why you should be waiting. That's what the waiting is for. The waiting is not just so you can manipulate something more out of him. And she tried to touch on that and she said that, but it's just really hard to receive something like that from someone like her. When she admitted that she's had a casual relationship off and on, and she just kind of keeps him around strictly and specifically for that. And I'm just like, it's really, so you're not even practicing what you preach. And this is why we say y'all need to stop listening to people without any kind of results. Like Kev said, what her husband think? She don't have one.
Never have.
How would she know how to tell you how to get a man, how to get to marriage with a man? How would she know how to tell you how to do that? Why would you believe anything she's saying? You get what I'm saying? Like, it's like, but this is the delulu of a woman. That's why I told y'all, stop caring about their sex. Keep the pee in the pants. See?
Go ahead, JR.
Yeah, I was asking Miss Coco. So let's say we agree with what she said, right? So ladies, close it up and let the man penetrate your mind and your heart. Cool. Let's say the guy settles for that. So I think for the guys, we can all kind of paint a picture in our head in what she means in terms of penetrate heart and her mind, right? So in order, let's say she's not manipulating the guy, for the smacks and whatnot. So let's say the guy agrees to that, no sex, trying to do the right way. What is she doing in order to, let's say, substitute that? If we're talking about manipulation, right? But let's say in a positive way, what is she going to do in order for the guy to also accept that, yes, I'm going to penetrate your heart and your mind?
And whatever she wants, JR, that's what she doing.
Well, I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry.
No,
You
he's basically saying if the dude fall back and agree to
Mhm.
the terms, then what is she doing in return? Is that what you're saying, Jr.?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
What
my
is she?
answer.
What is she giving him in return?
Right. So essentially, if he agrees and says, you know what, I'm a roll with your, you know what I'm saying, with your where you at with your, oh my bad. Yeah, if I'm a roll with, you know what I'm saying, with your standards, right, and I'm gonna go along with it. So it's not gonna be no sexual activities going on. JR is saying, so if the dude does agree to that, then what does he get in return? So is there gonna be any substitute to that? Is there gonna be
I
some
mean, what do you substitute? I mean, I guess. What do you substitute?
Oh,
Like
come on.
sex with? Like, what do you mean? What do you sub? What?
I mean,
That's why he's asking that question. That's the point.
This
What do you
is a child
substitute
friendly
with?
show. So
Because the point is you guys are removing something that could be a distraction. You're removing something that could kind of alter your perspective of that person. You're removing that so that you can actually get to know the person, right? That's why you're taking it away. Sometimes people will get into physical relationships before they get into a real companionship and learning each other, and then find out they don't even like each other. Physically they're compatible, but they're not compatible in any other way. It's like, so why even waste your time with that, right? Like, if you're trying to really get to know somebody and you like them, then remove that element so you can really see if you like them for real. Not, I'm just lusting after you. I'm trying to see if I like you more than just lusting after you, right? You got to remove that in order so you can actually make a decision with this head right here, because sometimes you can get distracted, right? And pulled away. So it's not about her producing something for you that's comparable to that. That's not the point. The point is y'all both have to understand that you're deciding to sit this to the side for now so that y'all can get to know each other. That's the benefit. You actually are know this person and figuring out if they worth your time and you worth theirs. Like, so you don't get yourself into something that is not worth it. Like, right? That's the point, right? I think that's the mindset shift that has to happen. We have to stop thinking about everything as being transactional. Now men will say women think like that, and they do. But you guys have to understand that, like JR said earlier, you guys are starting to adapt some of that too, right? So now men are transactional in a way. Like, they're like, well, what am I going to get? Well, what am I going to get? Well, what am I going to get? Well, how far has that gotten a lot of you guys? Like, some of
not always.
Some of y'all has not worked well for y'all, has not served you well, right? So maybe you actually should try it. Maybe you should actually try getting to know a chick just to get to know her, to see if she's worth your time. Because a lot of these women are not worth your time. They're not.
No,
they're just not.
So why understand?
Why even sleep?
Understand? Go on, sir. Am I lagging, or I don't want to cut you off?
No, go ahead. You good?
Okay. Yeah. No. I understand what you're saying, right? And I'm basically saying, yeah. I agreed with the point that she made, right? So I was basically saying, let's turn that negative into a positive. So I'm saying, okay, cool. So she's speaking on what it should be, right? Moving forward. So I'm saying, okay, for the guys, we know that we want to come into this situation, and we know that, guys, yes, we want the sex to be involved, right? Cool. And of course, for the last couple, episodes and whatnot, we've been preaching that let's try and do it the right way. And I'm saying, fine. And she mentioned that instead of the guy obviously penetrating, we should penetrate her heart and her mind. And I'm saying, okay, fine. For the guys on the panel, we can understand and paint a picture in our head in what she means, right? So I'm saying, where's the picture that she's painting for us?
No,
because she's telling us exactly what we got to do, right? And we're saying, okay, we're going to concede and remove the sex. Fine, let's turn it into a positive. We are going to penetrate her mind and her heart. So I'm not trying to make it a transactional. Oh, take this because we're taking the sex out of it. You have to now give me something that's equal to that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying because we understand nothing's ever going to be equal. It's ever going to be fair, right? We understand that. So I'm saying for the guys, cool. We're going to concede. Let's penetrate her heart and her mind. What do I get in return for that? Let's take the sex out of it completely. I'm not talking about that in terms of the replacement.
Right. So I like I said, JR, I understood what you were saying earlier, right? And that's why I said that's why I answered it the way I answered is it's gonna be whatever she wants. And the reason I'm saying that is because that is what dating has become now. Yeah, dating didn't used to look like that. Yep, it used to be two people trying to show each other what they brought to the situation, what their weaknesses were, what their strengths were. You know, it was the woman, you know, showing you that she was nurturing and that she could cook and, you know, how she was around, you know, kids. So you were able to assess, you know, she might be a good mom just based on how she is around your little cousins at the family reunion, you know, and so forth. So dating used to look different. But I understood exactly what you meant, and see what that looks like today is a woman will say, just like, you know, listen, I know somebody called it a fake doctor, but that's y'all girl. But what it will look like today is a woman will say that she's withholding this sexual piece, and then she'll just want to keep extracting from the man. So she'll still want him to spend on her. She'll still want him to wine and dine her. What she say, Bora Bora and all of that. She still wants that. But to your question, JR, what does that man get in return? Now, I wasn't talking about tit for tat. So if she take away the sex, then she got to do some other tricks. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in the fact that she withholds the sex piece. Then now is she going to be, you know, showing me that she's wifely? So is she going to be cooking and showing me she can cook? Is she going to be over here trying to help me build my business? Like, is she going to really be showing me that she's a great candidate to be my partner, to eventually be my wife? And see, that's not what happens today. It turns into, like Coco said, I'm going to leverage my sex as a bargaining tool. Because like she just said in the video, the more you leverage, the more you get out of a man. So essentially now what you're saying is this guy is willing to spend or do more for you to try to get you to eventually break down and give him this sex. So basically you dangling this over his head until you get everything that you want out of this man. Yep. So to your question, JR, that's why I answered it that way. It's going to be whatever she wants. Because if she's in that mindset, like Coco said, she's just going to be using this sex as a bargaining chip. It's not going to be because she want to approach this relationship with a clear head and a clear mind and undistracted and, you know, no physical feelings attached, no soul ties made. It's rarely about that. Because see, at the end of the day, most women who truly believe that, they don't even talk about withholding sex. They just withhold it. But when people always get to talking about what they're going to do or why I'm going to do this or in 30 days I'm going to go celibate and all that, that's because it's artificial. It's not coming from you naturally. That's not really what you stand on. That's not your morals. Yeah, so just hearing her sitting on this couch talking what she's talking, I already know she gaming. Yeah, but she an opportunist, and that's just what it is. So yeah, to your question, JR, and I'm gonna leave it at that. You gonna get whatever she want to give you when she want to give it to you. That's basically what it is. And the whole time she's most likely going to be extracting from you. Like she said, she still want to be courted. She want Bora Bora. She wants you to get to her heart. So basically, she wants you to do all the work. That's basically what she's telling you. While she just sits back and just receives all your work. And that's a problem. And I said that's what's breaking in the dating space. Your folks have gotten so selfish. They holding bargaining chips over your head, and that's all type of stuff going on. Yeah, but that's the problem.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, but guys, yeah, I got to shoot off. Yeah.
No, we about to get up out of here. We about to get up out of here, man. No, I appreciate you hopping on, man.
Have a good night, JR.
And you guys, yeah, have a good one as well. Yeah, catch you next week.
All right, man. Oh. Yeah, no, we're gonna get ready to get up out of here. I wasn't going too crazy with it. But yeah, some interesting videos tonight, man. Some of y'all favorite people. I know that's Beatbox's favorite right there. So shout out to y'all, man, with y'all favorite people. But I'm tired of all these old fake gurus, man. I done had enough for real, for real. All right, man. We taking closing and we gone, man. I'm coming across the top and the bottom. We out of here. Coco, what you want to say before we get out of here?
The topic was black marriage is overrated, and I'm just gonna say this real simple and straight to the point. You notice how this particular narrative is only coming from either people who are not married and never have been married, or people who have been married but have failed at it. Because rarely will you see someone come on here that has been successfully married or is currently successfully married say something like marriage is overrated. They're not going to do it because they understand the value in marriage. They understand why it's valuable to them and to society at large. So they're not going to make those kinds of comments. So, sometimes you do have to pay attention to the message. And, the messenger, I'm sorry. Sometimes you have to actually factor in who's speaking to you, because not everybody with a microphone has your best interest. Some people really are just here for a check. They really do just want to check, and they don't really care what they say. So stop listening to all these gurus.
That's real right there. Appreciate that. Beatbox, it's on you, man.
I said it before, I'll say it again. Marriage is the quickest way to build wealth. So, listen, if black folks want to, especially black women, you want to get out of poverty, get married. You want better for your children, get married. It's that simple. I don't know, man. I've been seeing, there's like an article of, is having a boyfriend embarrassed? I've been seeing all this weird stuff lately. I'm like, dude, hey, like, I don't know, man. I don't know, especially for women. Like, ladies, don't y'all want somebody? I don't know. Because I hear like women always complain about where the men at. You want to get out of poverty? You want somebody when life happens to you to be by your side. A death in the family. God forbid you have a miscarriage, a death of a baby, a child. Those types of things that happen. Don't you want that? I don't know. That's just me personally. Things that I've seen as a married man with other married couples and how that solidifies the marriage even stronger. Those are bad things, obviously, but I don't know, man. Just take it from me, a guy who's married. If you do it right, it's awesome. I'm sorry. This is how I feel. If you do it right, you're with the right person. It's not work. It's really not. There's things that everybody goes through bad phases and ups and downs, but I don't know, man. My marriage is awesome, so I can't even complain.
There it is, straight like that. Civil, it's on you, man.
I would like to say that, unfortunately, I think within the black community, marriage is underrated versus overrated. You kind of alluded to this earlier, Mr. Price, when you were discussing like where the goalpost has kind of shifted to and marriage not being the ultimate end goal anymore, and then how that's affected dating. If marriage was kind of prioritized, a lot of the issues and concerns that we see kind of going on in the community now would not be as prevalent as they are. Like, and this kind of even make me go back to a couple of weeks ago where we had that video where the kids attacked that woman and everybody just watched, and that was just supposed to be a normal Tuesday. And that not a nary a man involved in anyone's life. You had a group of very strong women talking about their kids shouldn't be out here doing that, yet their kids were out there doing that. And I'm not saying that having a man in the house, especially like a valid man in the house, is going to 100% prevent that, but it does drastically decrease those odds of something like that going down. And back to what everyone's favorite, pseudo doctor was talking about, it's cool if a woman wants to withhold sex. 100% cool with that. You just make sure she pays for that date. You do not come out of pocket at all for that. She pays for that date.
Oh, come on.
She needs to penetrate your heart and your mind to show you that she is worth it. Outside of that, she can get that curve. That's real.
So it is transactional. Got it. Okay. Yep. Noted.
Life is transactional.
Just reciprocity. Reciprocity.
No, but she could show you reciprocity in other ways. That's actually the point. She's supposed to. She's supposed to show you reciprocity in other ways. That's the point.
Dang, she can't even get a dinner no more. Dang.
Right.
Dang. Okay, well, there it is. There it is.
These fellas run a strict program.
Man, let me just say this, man, and we up out of here, man. We got to stop playing out here, man. Yeah, folks on these videos just saying all type of stuff to excuse their bad behavior, excuse they messed up attitudes, and it's like, man, y'all ain't doing nothing but tricking yourself. If ladies, at the end of the day, y'all still want men. Let's just keep it a buck. Because every time something in your life get challenging, one of the first things you looking for is a man. Yeah, I just saw a video today of a lady up in Michigan talking about it's freezing cold outside. Her heat done went out, and she was like, I would so love to have a man with me right now. Like any stuff that come up, y'all be looking for a man. So it's like, quit fronting out here like y'all ain't looking for no man. And the same with the fellas, man. Quit fronting out here, man, like y'all so done with these sisters. I ain't giving the brothers no pass either. Stop fronting like y'all so done with these sisters. Because if the right sister walked up right now, had the right attitude, had their body together, y'all would be locked in. Let's just keep it real. Y'all will be locked in. So man, everybody got to quit playing out here, man. Yeah, we don't have unlimited time to play, man. Time is running. Folks getting older. Yeah, the more time you waste, the more time you invite baggage coming in, trauma coming in. We got to quit playing out here, man. It's too much game playing out here, and it's got us all out here by ourselves. And on nobody, let's be honest, on nobody truly want to be by themselves. If everybody would love to be in some type of relationship, especially if it's somebody that balances them out, they would love it. Yeah, y'all gonna have y'all little moments, y'all bump heads. You know, he want chicken, you cook steak. He might be frustrated for a minute, but he's still gonna eat. He's still gonna appreciate the meal, and y'all still gonna go have y'all little movie night and call it a night. Like, we gotta quit playing out here, man. Stop acting like we enemies. We ain't enemies. Yep, ladies, you're not gonna be able to flex on the man and get him to come run back to you. It's not gonna work. Yep, and fellas, you ain't gonna be able to play over the women and get them to run back to you. It's not gonna work. So yeah, man, we gotta quit playing, man. A lot of this stuff, let's say, it would clean itself up. We just stop playing out here, man. Man, shout out to my panel, man. Coco, Beatboxer, Civil, Cole, JR, Vince. Appreciate y'all holding me down on the panel, man. And shout out to everybody in the comments, man. Shout out to my guy Kev over there, YouTube, holding us down, dropping comments all night, supporting the platform. Man, it's Kandid Konvos, man. We do this show every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. We go live on YouTube and Facebook. So if you haven't already, smash that like button. Smash that like button, man. Hit that subscribe, man, and turn on the notifications so you know when we drop content, man. Yeah, we're trying to change our trajectory. We're trying to move us in a better direction as Black folks, man, because we need the support, man. So I appreciate everybody's support when we do on the platform, man. But with that being said, man, everybody have an awesome night. We're going to catch y'all next Wednesday.